Hi everyone, it's Rhonda Weisberg once again with Channel 63 and another segment of Up Close and Personal. I invite you to join me today in the home of Fred and Robin Levin. Many of you will say, I know that guy. He looks familiar, and for good reason. Actually, the reason that we've asked Fred to spend some time with us today is I could actually subtitle this one, How I Fell in Love with BallenIsles. Because in the past 2 years, since Fred and Robin came and joined us here, everywhere I go, Fred is there. We're going to talk with him and ask him why he chose BallenIsles and how his life has come to be so full of BallenIsles and the people here since he joined us 2 years ago. Hi, Fred.
Yeah. Hi, Rhonda, and welcome to my home here in BallenIsles,
Thank
which you know I love.
It's a beautiful home, no reason not to. So, Fred, when you were looking around, it didn't just start 2 years ago. How long was the process?
Well, the process actually started about 3 or 4 years ago. I was scheduled to retire in 2012, so we wanted to move to a warm climate. So Florida was obviously one of our primary choices. And we looked from Miami north up to Jupiter, and we ended up in the Palm Beach Gardens area because we had friends who were actually living here in BallenIsles.
Right.
And we stayed with them for a night or two, and I fell in love with the place, as did my wife.
Immediately?
Immediately.
But you continued to look for a while. It
Yes.
wasn't a slam dunk.
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah. We considered various types of housing, residential properties, condominiums on the beach, homes in non-Gulf communities, homes in other types of gated communities, and homes in just developments that were non-gated. And we ultimately saw that BallenIsles had the factors that we loved and would make for the lifestyle for retirement that was spectacular.
Right. And at that time, if I remember, you really weren't that interested in getting involved in golf. It was other things that you were looking for.
That is correct. I did not play much golf prior to moving here. Right. I do have a golf membership, which I'm happy I did acquire. And I try to get out and play golf every chance I have, at least a couple times a week now.
Really?
You know, BallenIsles has 54 championship holes. I mean, it's fabulous.
So
courses.
I hear.
Yes.
I think that's a really important message, that what you might think, what the average person might think their retirement years will be about, some positive, some negative. If you give it a chance and you come to a community and you allow yourself to be involved, you can be very surprised. Am I correct? Was that what you would say?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, but BallenIsles has all the factors that you love: the environment, the facilities, the location, and most importantly, the people.
The people, absolutely. I hear it time and again. By the way, in New Jersey, you had a profession as an attorney and then a municipal judge for many years.
That is correct.
Do you miss that at all?
Not since I moved to BallenIsles.
That did it.
People ask me, Fred, don't you want to do any work? No. There's a lot to keep you busy here.
Right.
I mean, not only in the community of BallenIsles, but the surrounding area. Right. I mean, there is so much here.
Give me an idea of what your average day is here now, and why we know your face, because you're everywhere.
I do sleep a little later now.
Okay.
But I try to get up for water aerobics, which is an hour. Then have lunch at the club or at the bistro. Right. You know, and then I either play golf in the afternoon or go to the driving range. And then in the evening, we usually have dinner with some friends. Right. But there's so many other things going on in the community. There's shows, I mean, art. There's just a lot that can be done around here. And
what other activities have you gotten involved in with the club? Do you do things like going to the 92nd Street Y programs?
Not really. There's a group of guys that I have lunch with every Wednesday, and then we go to the
lunch
movies.
Is big.
Lunch is big. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, well, the dining here is unbelievable. I don't think you'll find it. It's tough to find it anywhere else in the world, probably. I mean, I have traveled all over the world, and I have to say that the beauty, the tranquility, and the lifestyle here in BallenIsles is probably unmatched anywhere else.
That's quite an endorsement.
Yeah. So I really am still in the process of getting the house in shape. That takes a lot of time, too.
It does.
So I generally get involved with activities with friends. and we do things. We go to the museums, the Norton, or go to the Kravis. So there's a lot to do in the area.
Absolutely
Now,
right.
my wife does a lot of cards. You know, she's very active there several times a week.
Right, but she's happy about that.
Oh, very much
And she
so.
also worked full-time
That's correct.
in Cherry
Yes,
Hill as
yes.
a teacher.
Yeah, she thanks me every day that we moved here.
Oh, that's very nice,
Yes.
every day. Has it been easy to make friends on your street, or have you mainly relied upon activities within the club, or kind of a mix?
Generally, activities within the club. Okay, a number of people in each of the neighborhoods here. I believe there are 33 neighborhoods that comprise
You're
BallenIsles.
absolutely right.
1,575 homes, or at least one point that's what it was. A lot of them are seasonal. So it tends to be the friendships you make, or when you get involved playing golf or some of the other activities, more than just in your particular neighborhood.
How about some of the other activities like happy hour or the wine club? Or
Well, I don't know if I've ever missed a happy hour.
You got that one down pat.
Yeah, that's
right?
pretty good. And Thursday night, of course, there's an elaborate happy hour, which we enjoy going to. It's not really the food, but it's the camaraderie and the friendship that you have here in BallenIsles. There's really a community spirit, and I would say a sense of friendship, which I liked over some of the other communities. I saw some of the other golf course communities, which are lovely, but when I came here, it just seemed to be more friendly.
You felt it right away.
Yes, right away, and more opportunity to meet people and make friends. I
Right.
mean, I have made some very dear friends for the short time that we are
absolutely
here.
right. You're absolutely right. I know you just made a very lovely party for your wife to celebrate her birthday, and it was really to your credit that there were so many women there who have known Robin for a very short period of time who were so thrilled to be celebrating with her. And that doesn't necessarily happen up north. It takes years to develop those kinds of relationships. So you agree with me, it goes faster down here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And of course, with the weather that's been experienced in the north most recently, we are thrilled to be here. I tell Robin if we were back north, we'd probably be staying inside, watching television and eating potato chips. But here, there's so many things to do, outside in particular.
Yeah, it is an outdoor life.
Yes, it
here.
is.
And very interesting to me to hear you say things that you recognize there's difference within BallenIsles as opposed to some of the other very lovely communities. I agree with you. Each one has something to offer. But what I do hear often, and I think you're a perfect example of this, is when friends go into a place like happy hour, if you happen to be sitting there by yourself, BallenIsles is well known for having people who will recognize that they might not know you, you're there by yourself, and it will immediately extend themselves to you. Is that how it all began with you?
Absolutely. There's no question about it. You could go to happy hour or be in the dining room or anywhere around the
Or
club.
bagels.
Or bagels,
Bagels.
coffee and bagels every Saturday and Sunday and holidays.
Right.
Or at the fitness center. It's a gorgeous fitness center,
It
as
is.
you know. Just to digress a moment, I don't think I saw any facilities or communities around here that have a fitness center like the one here in BallenIsles. I think it's
We agree.
62,000 square feet. It reminds me of going into the Ritz-Carlton to exercise when you go there.
Right.
It's gorgeous. But people come up to you, they're very friendly. There's one sort of common thread that I've seen among all the people that I have met here, regardless of what their background may have been, geographically, economically, whatever. They all are very fortunate to be living in BallenIsles.
And recognize that.
And recognize that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I absolutely agree. And many of us who have lived here have experienced certain typical family tragedies over the year. It's just, mark of passage. There's nothing you can do about it but live through it. And I find that this particular community will go over and above board to show their level of caring and reach out to you and offer any services that they could possibly.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, there have been some incidents here among friends and all, and people rally to your side.
Yeah, they
do.
do.
Yeah.
Is there anything about living in BallenIsles, living in Palm Beach Gardens that you'd like to see that we haven't offered you, that you wish that the community or the area would develop?
Not really. I mentioned one of the nice things about BallenIsles over some of the other similar communities is that everything is only about 10 minutes away. People ask me, friends, well, where is this? Where is that? About 10 minutes away. The airport,
standard answer.
the mall, the downtown mall, the Gardens Mall, the new outlets, Palm Beach outlets, Harborside, Home Depot, Lowe's, you know, what I
Anything
love.
a man could want, right?
Yes, that's right. Everything. The beach, approximately 10 minutes away.
Do you use the beach?
Yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Really?
we go up to the beach in Juneau. There's a dog beach there as well. You have the culture. You have the Kravis Center, the malts. I mean, there is so much. So in answer to your question, no, I think it's got everything. That's why we love it so
So
much.
much here, right. And
Yeah.
you've even brought extended family down to live in the area.
That's correct. That's absolutely right. My sister-in-law came to visit and fell in love with the place and ended up buying a
Buying close
home in
by.
the area, yes.
And you have a daughter who lives in Miami?
In Miami.
And easy enough for her to come and
That's
visit
correct.
with
That's
you?
the other thing. It's nice. We're only a little over an hour to Miami, so you have the activities and the sights of Miami. In fact, we took a cruise a couple weeks ago, and you go right to Miami to get the cruise ship. What
Yeah.
could be easier? It's wonderful.
Yeah, that's great. Everything, I think I'll buy. Everything is great.
That's
You're
right.
telling me.
No.
Right. So Robin plays a lot of cards and socializes as well.
Yes, absolutely.
So there
Yeah.
was no strain, no struggle at all in bringing her
No,
into.
and I will add, it was a little more of an issue for Robin because she spent her entire life in South Jersey. She grew up there, went to school there, and worked there. So it wasn't an easy transition, so she thought to pick up and just leave. But I'd say it took about 24 hours after getting here
Yeah.
that she adjusted
Right
very
in the
nicely.
swing of things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm out of questions for you. You really you make quite a selling point for not only Palm Beach Gardens, but certainly our community as well. Do you play any tennis at all?
No, I don't play tennis. My daughter does, who's a good tennis player. But of course, you know, they have a fabulous tennis facility here. It's probably, if not the best, one of the best in South Florida. 20 courts, I mean, and they have the stadium court, which seats about 500 people. And I've gone there to see the Williams sisters play on an exhibition for a benefit.
Yeah.
But it has everything here. I should also mention there's also, you know, the BallenIsles Charitable Foundation,
Right.
the
Were you active
Wildlife
in that?
Foundation. No, I haven't been, but it's something
But they
that I
have it
would
to
like to
offer.
get involved in. As I said, I'm sort of still, you know, getting involved in some other things and some community activities. But
How about things like-
there's things there for anyone who wants that type of
right.
activity.
How about things like FAU? The
Yes.
classes there, has that been appealing
well, yes,
to you?
we're very close to the Lifelong Learning Center. In fact,
Right.
I did take a course last year and one already
Oh, you
this
did?
year.
Okay.
Which is, you know, 10 minutes again, a little over 10 minutes. Everything's 10 minutes. And the stadium where they have spring training for the Marlins and the Cardinals, which is fabulous.
So-
That's why I said, Rhonda, there's really nothing else you could want
You
here.
fell in love with heaven.
Yeah,
You
it really
did.
is. I would, you know, I would say it's about the closest you can get to paradise.
With being on this earth.
Yes,
Exactly.
that's right, yes.
And I'm sure you've had your share of friends from up north who have come to visit
Yes.
and really didn't know what to expect until they drive through the gates and
Yeah.
then you explain to them how you're living
Yeah.
and eyes open up.
Oh, yeah, it's just, the beauty is unbelievable. The landscaping, and the manicured grounds, the lights at night. I mean, you don't find that anywhere else. I mean, certainly not in any of the other communities. As I said, they're lovely in their own right, but the landscaping here is definitely distinctive and spectacular and unmatched.
You're absolutely right. And it's going to stay that way because we all have gotten so used to it and
Right.
wouldn't tolerate it any other way at this point.
Right, in fact, you have a palm growing
I
behind
do,
you.
right behind me, exactly. Fred, you've been terrific. Thank you very, very much. We're thrilled that you're
Oh,
here in this community.
Look, I'm thrilled to be here and to express how great I feel about this.
Pleasure, just a pleasure. We'll see you soon.